Hey YouTube, how's everyone going out there? Today I thought I'd show you guys what I do with my rats and how I breed them for my snakes, and a nice, cheap, easy way to set everything up for you, and just basically anything anyone can do to get a good breeding system for a few snakes that you have. So this is what I do for my rats. The Sterilite 66 quart container. Get them at pretty much Walmart or anywhere like that. I just had these laying around up in my attic, so they're free for me. But what I did, I took a 1/4 inch hardware cloth. You can get that at Tractor Supply. You can get a roll like this, like around 12 bucks. And then I take it and I drill small holes with a little drill bit. Around each edge. And I connect it with this. Actually is what the 1/4 inch hardware cloth comes wrapped in from Tractor Supply. Probably about anywhere else you can get it. I actually use that as that wire, so I don't have to buy any more wire. And then obviously I get a pair of these. I had these. I do a really good bit of construction work, so that's what I use to cut the wire. That's also what I use to cut this out with, because this stuff can be pretty brittle and hard to cut, but for whatever reason these seem to cut it without breaking it. So what I do, I take I think this is like 1 1/4 inch hole saw, and I drill holes in the corners, and then I just cut out straight. See here, it did chip out a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. And then there's the other hole. So I just cut up here, cut across there, and then put my hardware cloth in. But this is how I have them set up right now. See, you can see them poking their heads out. This is my oldest breeding trio, actually. There's 2 females and a male in there. This is the water I use. You can get those for like 8 bucks at Petco. Here's my newest breeding. Like, there's actually 4 of them in there, 3 females and a male. Probably gonna end up actually taking one of the females out because I don't like having that many in there. And these are my latest babies from my older pair. Get back in there, little guy. Get back in there. And I have these all set up the same. They all got the water in there. The water is actually the biggest pain because they need to fill it up like twice a day at least to keep them all in water. But it works for now until I can get a better setup. And this is actually a better setup that I want to talk about. But this is where I actually keep my mice. That's where I breed my mice. I still have those waters in there, but I can actually get an automatic watering system for this. This is a TGR rack. They're about I think 100 and some bucks, 150 bucks at TGR. And I breed them in there, and then when they get to a decent size, or wean size, I separate them and put them up in here. And same order. One thing you gotta remember with mice is they have to have the 1/4 inch mesh, or else they can crawl out. See, this is 1/2 inch hardware cloth. That's okay, because I just use it for my rats. But I started switching everything over just to 1/4 inch because right now I don't feed my rats on top of it or anything like that. I actually put the food down in there for them. So I figure there's no need. And 1/4 inch hardware cloth will keep both mice and rats in. And I use these for both of them, so why not just get the 1/4 inch? This is the bedding that I use. It's aspen bedding. You can get it at Walmart. It's like $4 or $5 for that bag. And basically, one bag, 1.5 bags can refill all my stuff that I have, all my containers. I tried other stuff. I tried pine. That was like screened and dried, but it didn't work that well. Like, it didn't hold in the smells. Aspen is a little bit more expensive, but it seems to do the job the best for me. It actually holds in the smells and don't have to worry about it. And cedar's actually supposedly toxic to them, so I never tried using cedar or anything like that because it says that they say they can kill them. So obviously I don't want to risk that, so I don't use cedar at all. And pine's also not really that great for them either, because if you don't get it screened, the dust can actually kill the babies, because the dust will get in the baby's nose and won't allow them to breathe. So I obviously don't like to do that either. So aspen works the best for me. They also like this. It's Timothy. I give them a little bit of that every time I change them, which I usually do about at least once a week. Change them out. And that, they seem to really like that stuff. They eat it, they use it as bedding and everything else. And they really like it. These are my older baby rats right here. Actually, high time to get rid of them. They're too big for my ball pythons right now, and my Burmese python isn't big enough to eat them yet. So what I usually do is I take them to a pet shop, usually when they're about around this size, and I sell them. And I usually get about $1 or $2 a rat. So, you know, if I have 20 rats, that's $40, and that pays for the hardware cloth, like a new tote, and all the bedding and everything I could ever need for them, so they pay for themselves completely. And then I have free food for my snakes. I'm actually making money on them. At some point in life, I'd like to get, like, because TGR actually sells these racks for rats too. So I'd like to get have this whole entire place filled up with racks. Right now, those are just sitting on a deep freezer I don't use. Kind of planning on taking that upstairs and actually starting to use it, and then filling up racks down here and getting the 5-gallon watering system and everything for them, so that they can actually, you know, actually have a rat business. I'd like to start selling them to everybody. You see, that's a big old pregnant female mouse. They're about ready to have babies. I just took in a whole bunch, so I only have about like 20 or so feeder mice in here. These were all the babies. I just took in about like 80 of them. The mice I get about, 50 cents, $1 a piece at the pet shop. Obviously, if I would sell them directly, I'd sell them for like, $2 each. And the rats I'd probably sell for, $3 or $4 each, depending upon the size. I just don't have anything set up yet to actually sell them directly to people. I don't want to start, but I don't really want to start and not actually have a steady supply of them. But my pet shop pretty much takes everything extra that I have, and if I take in 100 mice, 50 cents each, it's $50. Now if I take 20 mice or 20 rats in for $2 each, that's $40. So I made $90, and that pays for everything, for the bedding, for the food. Right now I actually just feed them dog food. I know people say they're not to do that, but I honestly feel like the rat food that you get doesn't have enough protein in them, and that's why people have problems with their mice and rats fighting and eating each other, supposedly. I've never had that. All my mice and rats, like you can see, there's a good many of them in there. They all get along, they play. I just make sure that they have a constant supply of food. And I feel like the dog food, actually, I use a high-end dog food. I think it's Purina Pro Life or Pro Plan. It's like $60 for a 45-pound bag. I have 3 dogs, so I have it on supply, and they do really well with it. Like, they have nice, soft fur. Like I said, I've never had, like, I can take these rats and put them in with those rats. Take these rats, put them with those rats. Take the rats over there, put them in with any of these rats, and they do fine. They don't fight. They don't hurt each other. I feel like that's mostly because rats need more protein than what's in most standard rat food. And these are actually hooded rats. As you can see, there's like gray ones, blonde ones, black ones. They come in all colors. All these ones actually came from these ones. They're hiding. That's pretty much it. Nice, simple, easy way to set up rats for your snakes. And you can get them. They're pretty much free. The only problem is, like I said, right now I have to fill that water up 2 or 3 times a day for them, which is kind of a pain because it's a real small water. But hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, and it's working. So, thanks everybody. Hope you have a great day. Hope this is helpful, and try to stay safe in this with everything that's going on out there. Thank you.